More Business, a true champion.
Kempton at Christmas, it's big for everybody in racing.
Cordo Star is a great horse.
It is going to be a record 8th win in the King George for Trainer Paul Nicholls.
And Des Obeaux gives Paul Nicholls a 10th King George.
For a trainer to win 10 King Georges is like a manager in football winning the FA Cup 10 times with 3 or 4 different sets of players.
Win a Grade 1 like that and one of the big races of the season is phenomenal.
Just shows what a master trainer he is.
Well, you can go back with Dave if you want in front. Kempton as a track is quite sharp, and I think you need a horse that travels, jumps at speed, but also stays, because if you look at previous King Georges, when they all turn in, there's a whole pack, but by the time they get to the last and to the line, there isn't that many of them left.
Seymour Business sort of got Paul going, really. He was just one of those tough, little, tiger-like sort of horses.
And it's Seymour Business on the outside of Sunny Bay.
He was the first good horse I ever had, and he's probably put me on the map, really. Fantastic horse. You know, he won a Gold Cup and 2 King Georges. You know, he's a brilliant horse.
This is the second last, and it's challenging to look in Seymour Business.
I only rode him twice, won on him twice. It wasn't the easiest ride in the world. It was my first Grade 1 winner, and I can remember exactly where I was on the way around. I can remember Graham Bradley turning in, saying, I think we're going too quick. So that's when I kicked on. And then I saw it's Challenger to Look loom up on the outside coming to the last. But he never went through with his challenge, and AP McCoy, well, when he asked him, he didn't quicken, and my horse just strode away from the back of the last.
West, up towards the line, hail a new hero, Seymour Business wins it.
I'd won a Gold Cup on him, so whenever you're riding a reigning Gold Cup champion, you're confident. He'd had a hard race at the Charity Hall and he broke the track record, and I wondered if he could possibly improve from that, and he improved beyond all recognition. I think it was a bit of a demolition job.
The champion prevails. Seymour Business comes home to win his 11th race, the second time he's taken the Potemps King George.
And Cordo Star lights up Kempton, and Cordo Star wins the King George.
Cordo Star was an incredible racehorse, a once-in-a-lifetime horse.
You know, he loved the track that Kempton was made for him, really. He had the rare thing of lots and lots of speed and also could stay. Not many have got both.
Cordo Star, the Gold Cup winner, is going to win his 2nd King George. What a classy win! Cordo Star is a great horse.
He evolved over his 5 King Georges from being a big keen and a very fast horse in the beginning to being an out-and-out stayer in the end.
3 kings for Cordo Star.
I was lucky enough to ride him basically all his career. He was an absolute legend. He was just one of the best horses in the land.
3 miles over fences, you need pace, you need to be able to go with the gallop. And he was able to travel comfortably close to the pace. He attacked his fences and he had no trouble with the trip, so he was just a brilliant horse. That was Cordo Star's biggest attribute.
Cordo Star wins his 4th King George VI chase. A wonderful performance.
They're heading towards the home turn then, and they have 3 to jump. And in search of a 5th King George, Cordo Star is going to lead into the straight.
It was bad enough when he won 4, but when he won 5, it was just one of those days you'll never ever forget. Fantastic day.
I suppose you hoped, I don't know if I thought. He had beaten Long Run in Haydock. He'd been magical, but that was probably the greatest day in Kempton with him.
They're heading towards the line. The steeplechase are over lifetime. Cordo Star is in front. Long Run's closing, but Cordo Star has done it. He's won 5 King Georges.
For him to do it as an 11-year-old, to win a 5th, to win it back, that was a magic day.
Sort of to pinch myself sometimes that we'd sort of had Corto and then all of a sudden Conti replaced him, and he came along at the right time. It was very, very good.
Slow horse at home, probably one of the slowest horses we'd ever trained, but he always saved it for the racetrack.
Racing up towards the line, it is going to be a record 8th win in the King George for Trainer Paul Nicholls as Silviniaco Conti wins the King George.
Fantastic horse to ride, very good jumper, very straightforward horse. You could put him anywhere you wanted in a race. First year he won the King George, he followed Q Card around, and then the following year he made the running, made all pretty much. So very straightforward horse, just a class horse to ride.
Arco Conti becomes the 14th dual winner of the race. He wins it well.
Des Obeaux almost alongside and cantering in the hands of Harry Kempton.
He was always very handy winging away, and I was just behind halfway, so it was nice to have one to aim at turning in.
Here's the important jump, and Des Obeaux met it spot on, and now Kempton says go on the run for home, and Des Obeaux is finding enough from Thistlecrack, and Des Obeaux gives Paul Nicholls a 10th King George.
We had a real party in the manor, which we always do, and it was a fantastic evening. Jed Mason, one of his co-owners, came along. We had a great evening.
Paul Nicholls is a winner, and that's what motivates him.
That's what makes him such a brilliant trainer. He just wants winners all the time.
I don't think he has another hobby. He's 24/7 racing.
He still has the same desire, hunger, commitment, and no matter what he wins, he's always thinking about what's next.
Very lucky to, win 10 King Georges, and especially with the horses I have. It's a fantastic race, and look forward to the next 10.